When you play chess, you have quite a few options to choose from when you choose where to play. There's lots of websites to play the game and to study and learn it. And there's also a lot of YouTube channels to learn chess from. This video will serve as a basic guide to navigating the vast chess community. When you play chess on a chess website, you'll notice that there's usually a few different features, and they're common to basically all of them. They're going to have the players' names either on the right or at the top and bottom. They're going to have a timer, again, either on the right or top and bottom. Then on the right, usually, they have the moves. Algebraic notation is how you write and refer to chess moves. So let's say I moved this pawn to e4 because it's on the e file and it's on the 4th rank. It's just known as e4. When a pawn moves, it doesn't have any prefix. When a knight moves, it has the square it moved to and then an N at the front. When a bishop moves, it has a B at the front. Queen is a Q, rook is an R, and king is a K. Now when you capture a piece, there's going to be an X in the middle of it. So right now the pawn on e5 is going to capture the knight on f6. When it takes it, it's known as EXF6. So the pawn, which was on the E file, captures f6. Now let's say the knight on g5 wants to take the pawn on f7. It's NXF7. The knight took the pawn on f7, NXF7. If you deliver a check, let's say the knight goes to I don't know, d6 for a check, it will have a plus sign at the end of it. Now, if it was checkmate and not check, it would have a hash symbol or a number symbol or a hashtag. Now, let's say you castled. So let's say, okay, the king's about to castle kingside. Now, when you castle kingside, it's known as O-O. Now, if you castled queenside, it would be known as O-O-O. When you play chess on anywhere really, but especially on websites, you usually play with the time control because people don't want to sit there forever waiting for someone to do a move. Time control is the amount of time that each player is allocated with to make all of their moves. So right now I have 11 minutes to make all of the moves I need to make. If you run out of time, then you lose. Or depending on the situation, so if it's like insufficient material, you draw the game. There may also be increment included. So increments to time added for each move you do. So right now I'm at 11 minutes and 15 seconds or whatever, but I think I have a 10-second increment. So let's say I make a move, it went up 10 seconds. Now there's different time control categories. In online chess, it's a bit different from real life chess. So chess.com, I think like 0 to 2 minutes is bullet chess, 3 to 8 minutes is blitz, and 10 to, I think it's just 10 to any amount of time is rapid. Now on Lee Chess, which is a rival site that I'm gonna get to in a sec, bullet games are less than 3 minutes, blitz games are 3 to 8 minutes, rapid games are 8 to 25 minutes, and they also have classical games. Now, their definition of classical games are different from real-life chess. So classical on Lee Chess is 25 minutes or more. In real life, I believe it's like 40 minutes or an hour, but people don't really have that time for online chess, so I guess that's why. Now, when you're talking about chess websites, there's 2 big websites and 1 slightly smaller one. There's chess.com and Lee Chess, and then Chess24. I'll talk about Chess24 first because they're pretty small in comparison to the others. So this is what Chess24 looks like. I believe it merged with Magnus Carlsen's Play Magnus company sometime in 2019. There's some great features. It has probably, I'd say, the best chess tournament coverage on their YouTube channel. And they have a vast library of videos to learn chess because their parent company also owns Chessable, which is a website that has a bunch of books and courses about chess. However, the website interface is not ideal. Now, compared to a year ago, it looks fantastic. So if you go to the play screen and let's say I play against the computer, for example. I have 15 minutes, whatever. Okay, now this isn't the best looking chess website, but I'm gonna show a picture now of how it used to look when you played on this. What is that? What is this? It's the ugliest board of all time. Everything looks ugly. And the board doesn't look good. Why does it need to be rounded? Like, why does it look like? Anyways, they changed it. Now it looks more like a simple version of Lee Chess, but it's much better than it used to be, so I'll take it. And now you have the big dogs. You have chess.com and Lee Chess. Let's go with Lichess because it's the second most popular site. So Lichess is an open source chess website that's run by a nonprofit, and it's the second most popular site. As you can see, it has a pretty simple user interface, but it's clean, right? You can, you want to do some puzzles, you have your puzzles, you want to play, oh, here's some tournaments. Here, if you want to make a game, here you go. If you want to learn, here you go. It's easy to navigate. Now, the best part about this site is that there's no ads. There's no paywalls, which, by the way, Chess24 has paywalls. If you want to access like analyses of games or different stuff, yeah, you don't have that here. You have everything available to you because the website relies on patrons and there's no paywall. And that's the big appeal of the site. There's also other stuff like, apparently the site flows a bit better when you play chess. Like when you need to make fast moves, it moves better than chess.com. But that doesn't matter quite as much as just the fact that you can access everything. Because here we go, chess.com. It is the most popular site. You've probably seen some streamers play it, right? Maybe Gotham Chess, Botez Live, or maybe Hikaru. Now the interface is great. I think it looks great. Drop down menus. Now these are great. You can access, oh, there's some streamers you want to watch. Okay. You want to do your puzzles? They're all here. They're all categorized beautifully. However, the big problem with this site, now this is a great site. When you complete a game, you have this thing called game review. Let's say I wanted to look at this game I played that I lost in. Game review analyzes the game. Now Lichess does this as well, so you can analyze games, you can see how well you did in them, and you can redo your mistakes, but chess.com has it the most easy to navigate. And you can start your review, you can look back on your mistakes, you can see what moves sucked. However, you can only do this once a day before you get hit with a paywall, because Chess24 is a for-profit company, just like Chess24. So they want you to buy this. This is what they want you to do. They want you to get your unlimited game reviews, get your unlimited puzzles by paying them. So every single day, you can do 5 rated daily puzzles. Once you do that, you're gonna get hit with this screen. This, more than anything, is the big difference between the two sites. Because chess, the gameplay isn't that much different. It's the same game. Maybe it's presented, looking different, but ultimately it's the same thing. If you are willing to splurge a bit, if you're willing to splurge and spend a bit of money, I think chess.com is probably the overwhelming option because there's more users on it as well. And you get access to great puzzles, great courses, great everything. Unfortunately, say you don't want to spend money, you can play things like Puzzle Rush once a day, and then you're gonna get hit with this screen. If you want to play Puzzle Battle, which is where you rush against another player to see who can solve more puzzles, again, paywall. Oh, you want to learn some chess lessons on the site? You have 1 weekly lesson available unless you pay. All this is not great, but you can still play on the site if you don't have any money. I played on it. It's fine. It's just that it's annoying seeing that message over and over when there's so many more things you can access. So in essence, Chess24, the irrelevant, Lichess, good, no ads, no paywalls, just chess. Chess.com, probably best website, most users, most popular, good puzzles, just great databases, lots of insights, lots of data, money, 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 money. There's also other chess websites as well. I've already mentioned Chessable, but basically this is, again, owned by, I think, Magnus's parent company, and they just have a bunch of chess courses, right? Some of them are free, most of them cost quite a bit of money. Good site. There's also just one more I want to mention, Chess Tempo. If you want to play some puzzles, now Lichess has infinite puzzles, so you don't have to pay, but Chess Tempo is also a pretty good website. The UI looks pretty bad, but it's good. It's a good website for puzzles. Now to learn chess, there's also, YouTube channels. I'll name a few big ones. So there's Gotham Chess or Levy Rosman. He's exploded in popularity over the last year. I think he's the most popular chess channel now. And he's more directed towards beginners at the game. You know, he has his own courses if you want to check him out. He has lots of series. He has daily videos, so, you know, you'll probably enjoy him. Gadmatur, I think he's the first chess channel to hit 1 million subs, and every single day, he talks about different chess games and goes through the moves. It's just good content. GM Hikaru, he also streams on Twitch. Levy also does. He's one of the best players in the world, especially at speed chess. He used to be a world number 2. He's very good at the game. I like his videos. It's just fun to watch a really good player destroy everyone and then go on the website thinking you're gonna do just as well as him and then get battered. Botez Live, it's 2 sisters, so Andrea and Alexandra Botez. They're entertaining. They became really mainstream when they released their Chess Hustlers videos, which is when they played chess like outdoors against chess hustlers. Like all of their most popular videos are just them playing in real life. Chessbra is, again, basically daily uploads. Uploads every 2 to 3 days, sometimes more, sometimes less. And again, they just play chess. St. Louis Chess Club, which just has different grandmasters coming over talking about the game. They have different tournaments and stuff. Chessbase India is a huge channel. They release different tournament games daily, and they'll have lots of clips. You might have seen some of them. They have lots of popular clips. The last one I'll mention is Eric Rosen. So he plays on, I think he's the only one on there that plays on Lee Chess. Again, good content. Also does a lot of like opening traps, including like the Ponziani and the Stafford Gambit. So I suggest watching those videos.